Okay, welcome back into another episode of Strange Ways. And I believe, I'm not even going to check because I can't remember. I think this is episode 14, I think.
I think so.
Yeah. And with that, we're going to be doing something that we both had to brush up on and refamiliarize ourselves with. And with that, I will turn it over to the man to let you know what we're up to here.
All right. Rob, thank you. We're going to do, well, like Rob said, hey, this is something I hadn't listened to in about probably 4 or 5 years in its entirety. I have listened to some songs here and there on a playlist. Yeah, believe it or not, I got some songs on a playlist off this album. I kind of surprised myself, guys. I ridiculed a lot that I shouldn't have, I think, maybe. We'll see when we get into it. Carnival of Souls. That's the album we're doing today. And after we get done, we'll do Menudo's debut album. All right?
Oh, man, Ricky Martin.
Woohoo! Hey,
Okay, I got something to say about this album.
Yeah.
Obviously, I listened to it way more when it came out than I remember, because as I was re-listening to this album, I was in my vehicle driving, right? Like, you know how a song fades out or it's towards the end? I instantly would hear the intro in my head of the next song before the next song was on. So apparently at one time, and I think what it was is, I remember this vividly, where I was at, Jungle came out before the album came out on the radio. And in here in North Dakota, shockingly, they were playing it. And I thought, I don't know if I like that or not. It's kind of cool. Had no idea. I knew that it was originally had a cover of like some black demon type mask with a zipper coming down the back of the head. And that ended up not being the cover. I had no idea what direction they were taking with this. All I knew was I didn't know really how I felt about the song Jungle. And then it started getting bootlegged before it was released. Well, apparently now going back and researching, they shelved it. They were never going to release it. But the bootlegs got out, and I had heard some really bad quality copies on downloads of the bootleg. So KISS said, well, they were incomplete album released or bootlegs or whatever. So they figured, screw it. If people are going to do it, we're going to put it out. And I remember getting this album, and I was just depressed at first. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. So I remember I was listening to it enough because I was desperately trying to find something I liked. So I would play it and try to almost force myself to like it. And I think that's why it's so drilled into my memory now, what song comes after what. It certainly wasn't for, hey, this is my favorite album, I'm going to play the shit out of it.
Okay.
But
duly noted and respected. Now, I've mentioned in the past, we're KISS fans. We're going to give whatever shit they put out, if it's crap or if it's whatever, we're going to give it a chance. And you know, just like me, I listened to it. It stayed in the CD player, man. Yeah, you know, over and over, and I kept listening to it. I heard Jungle on the radio. That's the first thing I heard off of it before it came out, like you did. And it blew me away in a way, because I'm like, damn, that's Paul Stanley. Just like when I was riding down the road in 92, 91, when I heard God Gave Rock and Roll to You on radio and didn't know anything was going on yet. And that's Paul Stanley. So, you know, and another single that I heard, unless they flipped over, or I don't know what singles were then. I don't know, I believe they were 45s, but this is 97, 98. I heard my ex-fiance in 97, 98, 99, in that area. She was from Washington State. So we flew out there for a couple of Christmases. and Seattle and all that. You know, I got to, you know, check some of that stuff out. But her brother lived in Yakima, Washington. So that's where, you know, we were at for about a week or two. I can't remember how long we stayed. We was jamming on radio one night and Master and Slave comes on. Wow, man. Yeah, this is grunge state out here, you know. But I had done heard that, but not really paid attention to it until then. So um, I am bad to ridicule albums like this. Now, I don't feel bad about Monster. So far, that's the only one that I don't feel bad about what I said because I give it enough chances, and that's just the way it is with me, and that's how I feel about it. Some of the other ones that I haven't revisited, like this one in a while, completely. I guess I was a little brutal on it. I like it more than I realized. That you know, that may come to a surprise, but there's going to be things that I don't like about it, and I will tell you when I get there and at the end and let you understand why and where and all that stuff this album should have came out instead of that time. So what we're going to do?
One
You go ahead.
One note on what you had mentioned. Jungle is the only single released. Made it as far as number 8 on the U.S. mainstream rock chart.
Oh yeah, I think that.
So I'm sure what they did, it was past the 45 time. I'm sure it was a cassette single or a CD single, and it had 2 or 3 songs on it or what. Yeah.
Because late 90s, early 90s, everything was transforming already, you know. So by 97,
yep,
you know, it was all that in the radio station. So
yes, sir.
Yep.
All right, who's gonna start this thing out?
See, I was first last time.
Well, by the way, everybody, if you get bored with this, just know at the end, and Scott doesn't even know this as I'm telling you. After this, I am gonna have a little game for Scott or scenario of a what if that involves this album in this time frame. So if you're not interested in the track review, skip ahead to the end.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to do our ranking, guys, on Carnival of Souls. I do know there's a fan base out there for this album. I've listened to enough podcasters to know some of the people that do the album rankings, man, have got this up in their top 5. Hell, even closer. I shit you not. I shit you not. They got to be grunge fans, so you know.
Yeah.
So, and more power to them. Hey, if that's and that's cool. Yeah. So, we're going to give our opinion and our ranking from least favorite to favorite, like we have been. And Rob, I think you're up on this one. I think I've done. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I've done the last one. Yeah, I think I started the last one.
All right. Here's one that I've heard the most love for through podcasters and other podcast message boards. When I used to watch other KISS podcasts, I'd always go to the message board just to see how everybody was receiving it as well and see who shared my opinion. This is the most current song, and I shit you not, that I found people not only say is their favorite, but is an absolute great song. This is the absolute worst song on the album for me, and it starts the album out with an absolute turd in the punch bowl with hate. It starts out with feedback crap noise that goes on too long to the point where you almost want to skip the track. And then it comes in with a killer guitar riff, right? And all of a sudden, it just falls off a fucking cliff for me. This is a horrible song. I mean, I can't fucking stand this song. This is what I heard Jungle and I was on the fence. Then the album comes out and this is how it fucking starts. I mean, man, it was tough for me. And I tell you, yesterday, listen to this not once but twice, was fucking painful for half of it. Like Scott, I did find out I like songs more than I remember, but there's also songs on here that are just nails on a chalkboard for me, and this is numero uno.
Yeah. I'll touch on it when I get there, but I've really got, I can't disagree with anything you said about it. So, and I will give people a little hint before I get started. 1, 2, 4. There's 4 songs on this album that I cannot stand. That's literally, I just don't care if I ever hear it again. That's 4. There's 4. So that's not bad. Okay, really, for me in the past with this album. So my least favorite song is I Will Be There. Now, let me explain myself. I don't like Paul. I understand what he's doing. I get it. That's fine. But I don't like it on a KISS album. Even if it's this KISS album. Make it on your Live to Win or something, or on your solo out, something like that, whatever. Now, I love how high Paul gets up. There's a point in time in this song where I will be there. Paul rips it up, bro. I mean, I just don't like the song and the acoustic. It's just not my style. It reminds me of the song, and it's not as bad as the song Tommy Lee done for his son on Generation Swine. Oh my God.
I never listened to that album.
That is hideous. Oh my God. But anyway, that's it, man. I just don't like it. I don't like the music to it. Paul sings it pretty good, and he hits some great high notes that I do like in it. But overall, I don't care if this is one of the ones that I just don't care for at all. So that would be number
12.
12 on this thing? Yeah. Number 12 for me.
Okay, well, for my number 11, speaking of Mr. Stanley, one of the worst fucking Paul Stanley songs I've ever heard, In the Mirror. This is such a jumpy and pausey. I don't even know how to describe this song. It's just the tempo is so choppy on this thing. It never really settles into a groove, and that "Hey, God, look in the mirror." It's like, oh my God. It's amateur hour in the KISS camp. I cannot believe that they even attempted to put this on an album. I just can't get it. I don't get it.
You mean to tell me you don't like that? Fucking weak.
Oh, man.
Okay, I ain't got there yet, but I will. Hey, that's Rob on In the Mirror. Now, number 11 for me. Childhood's End. Oh my God.
Wow, man. You're really kicking me straight in the old nutsack.
Gene's singing like he's drunk. He's singing like he's on this song, bro. Jesus Christ. Gene's got 2 different vocals on this album. Did you realize that? He's got that trying to be demon, but throwing grunge into it. And I'll get to that song,
Mhm.
them songs, and he's got that Beatles voice that is a little more than it sounds like that could have been on Gene's solo album, bro. He's got both of those
Yeah.
voices on this album. But what I do not like is his demon voice on this album. I don't know if it's because his voice had changed that much or the production. I really do not like how he sounds. And his droning on
No.
this one, man. New York Times. And I saw you last night. You know, it's like, damn, Gene, come on, bro. What's up, man? It's
I
but
didn't like the production on this entire album. I really did not like the overall sound, not the style of music they're playing, just the sound. It just is. I don't even know how to describe it. It's not muddy. It's just I don't know. It just lacks something. It's a very empty sound.
it lacks something, but I will take up for the production on my end. I love how the production is. It's just the delivery. You know, you got to realize something. These songs are really, yeah, some of them are, you can tell, but the majority of them are really not finished. These are really demos, bro. Put on a very, in my opinion, very good produced album instead of sounding like a demo tape. I mean,
Well, even if you listen to Jungle, as cool as the bass riff is for that, it's what I would call a dirty bass. It's almost got distortion
I
on it,
love
and
that.
I fucking hate. See, I know most people do. I hate that. I want my bass to be smooth or slap bass,
Really?
one or the other. I don't like my bass to sound like it's coming out of a Marshall stack. I just don't.
Oh,
But
okay, man.
whatever.
Okay.
I love the bass. I love the bass groove, but I prefer more of a charisma, smooth bass. That just bugs me.
Oh, does it? Oh, see, I love that. That's where we differ on that because I like corn. I like corn's bass. I know you've heard that damn stuff. Well, that's the
Yeah.
basis right there. That'll just that'll vibrate you. Okay, hey, cool.
Okay, so
Uh,
that
that
was
was my number
your
10.
11.
It's your 10 coming up.
My 10, a song that I listened to twice on purpose the first time through because I couldn't figure out what the hell the point was and why this song was even written, and that is I Confess. This song literally to me seems like it's got no point or purpose. I'm not talking about the meaning of the song. It's like they had zero creativity when it came to the music for this song. It just does absolutely. It's not something that I'm like, holy fuck, turn that off. But I'm just sitting there going, what am I missing? Because it just doesn't. I don't get it. I don't know what they were going for on the sound or delivery of this song. I just don't. It doesn't work for me.
No, it's not hitting you the right way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now remember, guys, what I said. There's 4 songs on here I can't stand. Now I've been through 2 of them. These songs are all pretty much to me last. So they really could have been.
That's the way
Yeah.
I am. But mine's 6.
Okay.
Now
Now.
five.
Okay. And I've got number 10 coming up, which is I've got one more after this one, guys. Then I'm into the medium range. All right. Huh. In my head is number 10. Because if you listen to this song long enough, it will be in your damn head and it won't go away. Yeah. In my head. You're in my head. Oh my God, bro. And they worship Gene on
Oh,
this album, bro. They do. Everybody that I have
I know. I
one,
know.
one person I've heard give Paul credit on this album. I understand Gene is the demon. I understand he's the more one to be more attractive to this kind of sound and if he would have sung these songs good, they're not great songs anyway. But if he, in my opinion, if he would have took more time to try not to act like whatever the hell was going on at the time and just sing the damn things, I think he could have done a hell of a lot better job. Look behind the mask. Here we are. He sounds
And there
like
you go. That's
slow
a
motion.
perfect example. Yeah, that was I was just gonna say, with the exception of maybe I'm looking at my list, 2 or 3 songs, there seems to be a common theme. Like Monster has a lack of a chorus, period, throughout the album. It's whatever's going on in the song. When it comes time for the verse in almost all of these songs, all of a sudden it's a slow motion whiny delivery. Almost every one of these songs. I mean, I'll get to it. My take on what Scott just had within my head, but that's the perfect example of what I'm talking about. It's like the chorus was okay. Wait a minute, we're too cool here. We got to be whiny, bitchy, fucking angry, grunge guys. So we'll put it in the chorus.
Yeah,
that's it. Just
and,
it's weird to me.
And like Paul said, he made the comment when Gene wanted to do this album, and Gene's coming at Paul saying, "You don't know what's going on now. You don't know what music's like right now." Yeah, that's what Gene's saying to Paul. So Gene pretty much talks Paul into doing this. And Paul said, "Well, what the hell are we going to sing about? Our maids didn't show up today to clean the fucking house? It's not too dark in Beverly Hills, bro." You know,
No.
I mean, so look, it's a total fake album. Everybody knows that. But you can still make a great album. And like I said, we're talking about a lot of things that they just didn't take time. They didn't go back in the studio. I will say this. I hate that they didn't, because they really could have turned a lot of these songs around if they would have took time with them. But you know why they didn't take time with them? Because this is the album they were working on when they didn't know how the reunion was going to go. They didn't know how Ace and Peter was going to be or go, if it was going to really work. When they did get back together in 96 and the reunion coming, guess what? Next year, we will just put this out. We're going to, since we're flying higher than anybody in the world right now, everybody knows we're the main attraction. Right now, everything we can pump out and make money off of, that's what we're going to do. That's why they put it out. That's the only reason they put it out. But anyway, what would be the other reason? What the hell are you doing? Promoting the fucking reunion tour? I didn't hear none of those songs played in the fucking concert. Okay.
None of these songs have ever been played live by KISS, by any formation of KISS, not one.
No, I think
that's a fact.
Bruce has played.
I've looked it up. Bruce, but not KISS.
Oh yeah,
with
yeah,
Bruce
not
or with Tommy or anybody. None of these have been played live.
Oh yeah, I got a comment on our last Gene Simmons 15 songs. A guy or a girl, or I guess it's a guy. He said that they did play All the Way twice on that damn.
I saw that comment.
Yeah, that concert was awesome, bro. But I told him, I said they didn't play it when I seen it. You know, they must have just been throwing it in here and there. So, but okay, that was in my head at number 10. Now you're number 9, right?
Yep. And funny the way you worded, if you listen to In My Head enough, it will be in your head and it will never go away. My number 9 is It Never Goes Away, for that very fucking reason. Much like the title, the fucking song would not end. It would not go away. I don't know why. This is a whole new way for Paul to whine for me. It would. I take it you like this song. My God, I can't stand. Once the solo ended, I swear to God, the last minute and a half of the song went on for 7 minutes in my head. It was fucking unbelievable. I just fucking stop. end, fade, do something. I can't stand this fucking torture anymore.
It is a little long. I'll give you that. It is a little long, or it seems like it is long.
Man, it does. I didn't even look to see how long the track is. I'll check while you're talking here. Go ahead.
It is 5 minutes and 42 seconds.
Yeah, and it seems like 7 minutes. It's more like a Stairway to Heaven type thing. I just don't understand.
The longest song on here is 6 minutes and 6 minutes and 49 seconds is the longest song on
Here
here.
you go. Kiss is not a 5-minute song band. They've never done this crap. You know, unless you got some extended, extended ending or intro on something. They don't make 5-6 minute songs. That's why I like them. It's quick, catchy, and done.
To the point.
This drove me. Yeah, this drove me
You're
fucking
with the
nuts.
majority on that, though. You're with the majority on that pick. A lot of people, most people hate it. I think I've heard one people.
And he's so fucking whiny in that thing. Whatever.
Okay, hey, fair enough, man. Like I said, and believe it or not, before we started this, I kind of thought we were going to be on the same page. I mean,
No, I thought we were too, but you've already put two of my top fives way down as the ones you can't stand.
Okay. I didn't know, but I thought, yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to be there. I just want to see if we get one that lines up. So, okay, man. Okay, my number 9, and this is the end of the songs that I hate on this album, and it is hate. Okay, now all you people that thinks this is unholy or God of Thunder or whatever, man, what in the hell is wrong with y'all? And yeah, I'm asking you, what do you love about this song? Really, tell us, because look, I will give the jam credit, but unfortunately, Gene destroys his song singing it. I can't sit through the damn thing hardly. I mean, singing like he's got laryngitis or something. He's losing his voice. Beats the heart of man, and then it just changed. Yeah, there's a lot of changes in here. Some of them good, some of them bad to me. That one could have easily been last, in which, like you said, when you was doing it for your last, it's most people's first. I think they listened to the first song on this damn thing and didn't listen to nothing else. But I just don't get it. What are they hearing or what are they enjoying that I'm not?
He's trying way too hard on this song to be angry and trying to be the grunge guy, and it's coming out as a fucking disaster.
Trying to outdo, what was it Paul said? We're not going to out Metallica. Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's not us. You know, Gene? Okay? But anyway, I won't go into it. Those are the 4 that they should have, if they could have left all of them off of this album, made this an 8-track single album, 4 on each side, whatever. Maybe. Don't know. And finished. There you go.
So my number 8 is the end of my I Can't Stand This session. This song could have been so much better for me if it went somewhere, and that is Seduction of the Innocent. There are parts in this song that almost are so cool. It almost reminds me of like an Egyptian sound with the guitar playing and in between the verses and stuff. It just doesn't, the tempo never changes. It never builds. It just kind of just hanging on. You don't know, is this a ballad or is he falling asleep? I don't know. There are some parts of it that intrigue me to it could have been so much better.
All right.
That's it.
And I think that is, well, we're semi-close on that one. But still a few off. But anyway, okay. All right. Hey. That was number 8, right?
Yes.
Number 8 for me is Rain. Now, we're into the songs that I like. I can say, and I'm going to, I like the rest of these songs. I didn't say love. I like them. I love how they come into that. Dun, 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 dun. Now, how Paul sings when he starts his song, I'm not crazy about. But when he starts going, after he gets off the floor, yeah. I think it's going to. Oh, that's fucking bad, bro. Paul sings his ass off on this song. That's why it pisses me off that they did not finish this thing like they should have. So there's some great vocals on this album. It just grabs me, and that's just number freaking 8, man. You know,
Yeah.
songs that I've neglected. I don't like his verses that great in this song, but I
don't either.
love the
I don't either.
straight out of hell on this song. I do. Okay.
Yeah. Number 7, you've already touched on, for me, is In My Head. This is where I start liking things. However, this is what I referenced earlier, where the chorus does not fit the song and actually turns the song into a worse performance than it should have been. But you look at the way this starts, that dun, 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 and then you get that fucking wicked rhythm, jigga, 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 and then Gene's in there. He's got that growl going, in my head. But then it goes into that fucking whiny chorus that doesn't fucking fit the song. Killer intro, killer groove, killer fucking verses, and then it fucking goes into that drawn out whine fest of a chorus. It ruined it for me. But it was on track to be one of my favorite songs until that.
I agree with you on some of that. It's that song, The Jam. I got nothing against it. It's like I said, it's Gene's vocals, bro. And
Yeah.
That's yeah. I won't jab at it anymore. But yeah. Okay. Number 8 or 7.
For you, it's going to be your number 7.
Number 7. You've done touched on this one, and I think you pretty much hate this one. I like it. I do. And the only thing I do not like of it, now I will tell you this, I do not like the chorus. And it is In the Mirror. I love how they
I knew you were going to like it. You know why I knew you were going to like this fucking song? Because it reminds me of Making Love, and I hate that fucking song too.
No,
for the same fucking reason.
You cannot hate
yes,
be a KISS fan.
Yes, I can.
Oh my God.
For the same reason I hate In the Mirror, it's fucking choppy. It's choppy and pausy and it's on a giddy up type tempo. Ugh. You know, it's not as bad Making Love on Alive 2 on the album. Making love, 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 love. Oh, this anyway, we're not doing that song right now.
I love that about that song.
Oh,
that song
I want to reach through the fucking phonograph, grab Paul by the throat during making love, and just bitch slap him back and forth and say, "Spit the fucking words out already. You sound like you have a stuttering problem." I've always hated that fucking song. And in the mirror, no, in the mirror does not sound like making love in theory, but it's that same choppy delivery.
Man, they're jamming that song, man. Now, I don't like the chorus.
Yeah.
I do not like that. There's something about just about every one of these songs that I do not like. But the majority of the
Yeah.
songs that I do like, that's what goes higher for me. See, you got to put them somewhere. But I do love it when they break it down. He gets slower. On and on. Because look, he just destroys it right there, man. So, but I like it better than the other ones. That's where it's at for me. But I do like it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I like it. I can live with that. So.
Okay, you're number 6?
That was
7. 6. That was 7.
That
What
was
was
7.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was your number 7. Okay, my number 6 you just touched on, and that is Rain. This one gets.
We got close.
Oh, yeah, we got close. This one, to me, gets unexplainably shit on by KISS podcasts, much like, what's that one fucking Psycho Circus that I like? The one that's supposedly a copy of 18. Dreamin'.
Hey.
This is very similar to.
Just one interruption. I made a mistake.
Yeah.
Rain was my number 7. In the Mirror was
Number
my
7.
number 8. God damn it.
Okay. Gotcha.
So I was fixing to say, because that caught me. I mean, I'm loving some Rain when he's really vocaling. In the Mirror, I love more the jam and the verse, but I hate that damn chorus, period. So I just wanted to get that straightened out, guys.
Gotcha.
Go ahead with your.
Yeah, so Rain to me is very similar to Dreamin'. It's a very heavy, dark Paul song. Like Scott said, he just destroys with power this chorus. I too kind of do not like the almost nursery rhyme way he sings the verses in this. Tell me what you want me to tell you. That's where he's trying to be
the least. His verses.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the chorus is so fucking strong that it pulls this song up.
That's it. That's it. Same. We feel the same about that one. All parts of the song, bro. Yep. I agree wholeheartedly with you on that. And that was your number 6.
6, yes.
All right. My number 6 is one that you've just shit all over, I think. And I know that you're not into this style of Gene, but this is Gene's Beatlesque voice. Seduction of the Innocent.
Yeah.
He is singing.
Yeah, but in fairness, I said that it has interesting aspects. It just never really went anywhere.
Man, he's actually singing without gurgling.
Yeah.
See, I'm a Journey of 1,000 Years guy too. See, I love that side of Gene when it's jamming without the backup chicks singing. Okay, and then they start. There's always a reason, the reason to cry. He really sings this song good, and I love the through it. You know, I have to say I like this. This is.
I'm telling you, I really,
Kiss.
really like Bruce's. I love Bruce's almost Egyptian guitar sound in this thing.
Remember what the people says. I love it, man. I mean, not love it, I like it. Okay. There's vultures flying over, and I mean, Gene, it's not. If he'd have been singing in that other voice, oh hell no, this would have been down there below. Hey, so, but hey, I do like this. This is a song that I did used to hate, and when I first got this album, I did not like this song, and I didn't give it a chance. I didn't give it a chance. Um, I really turned around a little bit on this album today, but not all the way. So, but that was my number 6, Seduction of the Innocent. I do like it.
Okay. My number 5 is one you definitely shit all over and then lit it on fire. This
Okay.
is Childhood's End.
Oh,
This
yeah.
one reminds me of the Gene Simmons that brought us We Are One.
No.
This is a very, very smooth Gene tune, and that chorus, you are always my friend, that's just amazing. And what makes it even more epic is when they bring the children's voices in to sing along with it at the end,
Really?
much like,
You like it?
Great Expectations type thing. I just love
Oh,
that
okay.
sound.
I got you. Yeah. Okay. I see where you're coming from now. I don't, because that was like number 11. And you know what this song reminds me of with actual music in it? When you wish upon a star.
Yeah. Come
I'm
on.
telling you, man, with the
It's
kids in the
not that
dance.
fucking bad.
Oh my God.
It
That would have had jam in
is
it. What it had. That would have been
not
the
that
song.
fucking bad. You
Oh God.
fucker.
But it's interesting to see you liking some of this. I know it is, and I am too. Wow. Okay. Let's say that was your 5.
Yes.
Okay. I think you've done touched on this one too. I don't know how far back. Number 5 for me. All right. This is high as Gene goes on my list. This is the last song by Gene on my list. He's singing with that voice again. I confess. And he is singing so good when it starts, and then they start jamming. Dude, I like this song by Gene. I love his voice in the song, dude. Gene saves this song and Seduction of the Innocent for me with how he sings. He's ditching that hate shit, and he's using a voice that I can relate to. And then they start in, confess. I mean, it's just, I like it. It's got, you can hear the violins in the background, dude, and I'm not a violin guy. The symphony type, there's symphony in this song. And that's surprising that I like that. But I do in this song. It makes sense to me. But I don't love it. But I do really like this one. The higher we get, the more I like. And guess what? The next 4 songs for me, I could listen to all the damn time.
Me
Literally.
too.
Yes.
Me.
So
My top 4 I could listen to on any KISS compilation. I love the next 4 songs.
there you go.
You don't,
I can
but
actually
I
say
do.
I love the next 4 songs. So yeah.
You're not gonna love my number 4.
Yeah, you ain't gonna. Wait a minute. Whoa. Oh, we might.
We're gonna hit on 3 of these. Maybe not in the same order.
We are. We are. Okay.
Yes.
All right, that's going to be
But,
interesting.
but
Okay.
are we up to my number 4?
We're up to your number 4. Mine was,
It's
I Confess, number
okay.
5.
Okay. Yeah, now my number 4, you gutted me and left me for roadkill on the side of the fucking road. Is I Will Be There. I Will Be There. And I don't give a shit if Paul's singing about his kid or Madonna. That's not why I love this song. I love this song for one of the reasons you hated it. I love the acoustic work in this. The acoustic is so, not really, but the acoustic in this is so powerful from the first chord. It's got such a deep end to it. I'm more soothed and entertained by the acoustic sound of this than anything else. And like you mentioned, Paul hits them big fucking notes, halfway through the thing. I like his calm and then kicking power. Kind of reminds me of the same delivery as Take Me Away Together as One. Obviously nowhere near that good, but same thing where he takes that calm approach in the verse and then punches it down for the chorus. But the acoustic, man, if you got headphones, some good headphones, turn it up and just I mean, that acoustic will just rock your cavity. It's just amazing to me. And I'm not an acoustic guy. I fucking, with the exception of MTV Kiss Unplugged, I fucking hate acoustic sets, but this motherfucker sounds so crisp and so deep that I just love it.
Now, I admit, I do love the acoustics in the Dress to Kill songs. I never knew that when I was young, though. I can only imagine if it would have been lit up, like the live. But I ain't going to get into that. But hey, okay, fair enough. We have literally almost have 3. We got to hit some. Guys,
I think depending on what your number 4 is.
Okay.
Yeah, depending on what your number 4 is, our top 3 got to be damn close.
Number 4 for me is
Okay.
This song.
When you listed the song name, I lost all audio. What was it?
Now there's one thing. Oh, I Walk Alone, the Bruce Kulick song. Gene and Paul harmonizing it in, and they are rocking fucking, bro. They are. The only thing I don't like about this song is that reverb rap. Not rap, but that the sounds like.
Oh yeah, it's like that. Yeah.
I don't get that.
Yeah.
But that's it. Bruce done a tremendous. Forever I listened to this song and I'm like, who the fuck is singing that damn song? I'm trying to think. Oh, because I had no idea Bruce was singing this forever. I'm like, how did he change his voice? It ain't Gene. And I'm pretty sure it's not Eric. He sounds kind of like Peter. And then I just put it together with common sense before I even realized or knew. I said, it's got to be Bruce. There's no other way. I can't put the voice together with nobody else. No. Great song. Absolutely.
That was your number.
And this song gets shit on. And I don't know why. When, man, and Gene and Paul starts singing, man, it takes me back, bro. I know deep inside of me. I mean, they are harmonizing like hell, bro. And they are sounding freaking good doing it, dude. That's my number 4.
I'm looking at my list and I'm trying to figure out. I know what you haven't done that are on my list. I can't figure out what the extra track is that I've already covered that's going to be in your list.
You should
So
have
I guess
3
we'll wait.
left.
I have 3 left,
I do too.
but you just took one of my 3 that are left. So I'm trying to figure out what that third of your
Okay, well,
3 are.
you got something
I must
plugged
have
in.
missed something.
I've already been through.
Okay.
I do too.
Okay. So my number 3 is the first song I ever heard off of this album and the only single to be released off the album, In Jungle. This is a very schizophrenic song, if you want to look at it that way, to where it kind of jumps all over. But Paul's power is so fucking tremendous in this song. I mean, whoa, in the jungle. I mean, he's just ripping it up. Bruce's goddamn guitar work in this song is fabulous. This used to be my favorite song until the re-listen yesterday. And the reason it dropped is because that fucking ending, instrumental ending, lasted like a minute too long. They needed to just fade. Yeah, they needed to just fade that shit out. Sometimes that works on songs when it's adding something to the song, like Take Me Away Together as one. All those killer drum, and different, they change it all the time. This was just like being on repeat over and over and over with no more words. I do love how it ends with Bruce's little guitar thing, a few notes he plays to end it. But it just, that ending drug it on a little too long, so it dropped it down to number 3 instead of number 1.
Well, I'm close because I'm running out of room, I can agree with you a little bit on that. I'm not an instrumental guy per se, but I do like them on some things better than others. Sometimes to me it does fit, sometimes it don't. Get rid of it. And I'll touch on that. With my number 3, I won't be touching on it quite right yet. But my number 3, and it doesn't look like we are going to match. We're going to be close on a couple, but we're not going to hit exactly. Oh, okay. Is that Deuce or
That's Ebony.
Ebony? Okay.
That's our youngest. Yeah.
Yeah, I got Callie laying on top of my feet right now. I'm telling you, she's like a dog. She goes everywhere I go. When I go out and down in the woods or something, man, she is right there with me the whole time like a hound dog. This is the only cat that I've ever known in my whole life, and I've always had cats since I can remember. And dogs too, but I don't have any dogs now. My kids got in their stocking stuffers back when they were younger, Santa Claus and stuff, got a little pack of rubber jacks and ball, instead of the steel jacks, the rubber ones,
Right.
Well, one day she loved playing with them. The jacks, after they were disinterested in them. One day I was sitting in the living room watching TV doing something. I don't know what I was doing. She had one in her mouth and she dropped it at my feet, and I'm looking at her like, what do you want me to do with that? And she's just looking at me, and I said, okay, we'll try this. I pick it up and I throw it down the stairs through the kitchen goes downstairs, and the living room's right above it, and there's a doorway there. I throw it downstairs. She takes off, leaps through the banisters, gets it, and brings it back for me to do it again.
Playing fetch.
I shit you not, man. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. She loves her. So, yeah, the only fetching cat that I've ever had or owned my whole life. And nobody trained her. She just done it.
I've learned they all have their own personalities, man.
Every one of them, bro. You're absolutely right.
Yep.
It's like us,
Yep.
Okay. Number 3 for me. A song that I've always liked, loved. Yeah, we're in my love section now. I Walk Alone. And this one, Master and Slave. Freaking Paul rips it up, and that, what, you know, let me tell you what really made me put this song this high is when he goes, wake up and
The
start to,
scream.
oh, dude,
Yeah.
freaking A, man, what a damn, that just, when I first heard that, it was like, I was not expecting it. I did not see that coming, man. It was like getting hit on the highway, bro. That's how it hit me. I said, damn, I hear you, man. They rock out. I love the song. Number 3.
And that number what for you? Number 3.
3.
That is my number 2.
I knew we
My
were
number
going to be
2,
close.
and for the same reason, other than it's a great song, start to finish. But when that part hit with Paul's voice, I about shit in my pants. Like you said, it was like a jump scare in a horror show. It came out of nowhere, and it is the most brutal scream I've ever heard him done. I'm not talking highest pitch. I'm talking angriest, most powerful death scream that I've ever heard him do. And that's a big part of why I love the song Say Yeah, because I like when they're, let me hear you say it, and then let me hear you say, yeah. I
Yeah,
love when Paul does that power. I love that shit. But this song, that about tears your throat out. It's so goddamn powerful. And the
it,
song itself is great. The chorus is great. I love everything about this song.
I do too. I really do think that these top 4 were actually finished songs. That's just my opinion. There's just a lot of the rest of it that was not. That's why you could tell the back and forth, up and down, and slow and fast. You know, they were everywhere on some of these songs. So, uh, number 2, I think, was your number 3, Jungle. See,
Yep.
we're close.
We're just
Uh,
one off. Yep.
when I first heard this, dude, I was in the car, radio, and it had just come out, I guess, because I hadn't had it yet. I tell you, man, when I heard that, I didn't know who the hell it was. I mean, I was just jamming, dude. I mean, I was like, damn, this. I said, whoever's fucking rocking that bass right now is getting the fuck off. I'm going to find
I
out.
think it's Bruce.
Yeah, I'm going to find out
From
who the hell this is. And then,
from what I hear, Bruce recorded a lot of bass on this.
yes, and then when I heard here I go, I knew right then. I said, no fucking way. I turned that
Yeah.
singer wide open, and man, I probably blew the damn speakers out because I think in that little car I had then, that factory in it all, it sounded like crap, but I turned it wide open anyway. Uh, no, I'm like, damn, I ain't heard this before. It's going down. The jungle comes alive. I mean, he is, believe it or not, this
Yeah.
was my number 1 too for a long time. Unlike you, I love the ending. This is it.
Really?
They're just, and they're just fucking jamming. And I think it fits this song. And I like it because it's not boring to me. I think it goes on. I love how the distance it goes on. Don't go no longer, of course, but I do love the I don't know the jam, just complete jamming. They're because they're just jamming. That's what they're doing. And I guess they were just fucking off in the studio after it and just kept on just rocking. Maybe, I don't know, but I like it. I do like it. Great song, front to back. I've got nothing bad at all to say about this song at all over the last two songs, except for the and Walk Alone, but I can live with that. I love it.
Well, my number one is the only Bruce Kulick song ever sung on an album, I Walk Alone. This song is number one for me for two reasons. Number one, because it is just a great fucking song. Number two, that fucking Ebo he uses in there, I didn't even know. And keep in mind, we're talking what this come out in 94, 5, 6?
97.
Let's see. Just
Because they released it right
97.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm like 22, 23 years old. I am in the prime of my guitar playing life. My fucking entire basement was rows of amps and mic stands and guitars and effects boards and everything. And I had never heard that fucking sound before in my life. Like, what? How the fuck is he making that sound backwards? Well, I did research and I found out it's something called an Ebo. For those of you who don't know, it's considered at the time an electric guitar pick, and you hold it in your two fingers like you would a guitar pick, and it's like this V-shaped plastic object, and you hold it over the fucking strings and like where you pick, and you just kind of hold it over it, and it reverses the fucking sound, and that's how he was getting it, and that fucking sound stuck with me and just mesmerized me. And then you add in, like Scott said, the classic ultimate Paul and Gene, back to the early 70s. I'm talking Pre-Destroyer harmonizing with those two.
Yes.
And Bruce has got no mistake. I'm not saying Bruce is the lead singer, but he does a very good job with that almost Ace Frehley-esque monotone voice. That it just everything fucking worked in this song for me.
Hey, I'm 100% with you, dude. I know deep inside of me. I mean, dude,
It is awesome.
that is.
I mean, the song's great anyway, and then all of a sudden, when you think it can't be any fucking better, you get 1974 coming at you.
Yes.
Oh,
and I always wonder why the heck did they stop doing that? I mean, you don't got to do it in every song, bro. But why?
yeah, but they did. But we talked about this with Monster. They brought it back, and it sucked on Monster because they were overdoing it.
Yeah, man. Yes. And that's your number one, right? Okay, yeah, because I'm number one right now. And a song that I think you pretty much hated, Roadkill, right? I
can't remember what it could be.
It's still my number one, and it just about dropped, but
it's not.
It down down dun dun down. Want it, you can have it.
Oh, fuck. Really?
Take it. Paul gets a range on this album, on this song, that I don't think even the scream on Master and Slave. Not the range, the carry. He does it. I'm sitting here, how is this man breathing? It never goes away. Man, you got to turn that up wide open when you listen to it. You've got to jam that song when you listen to it and listen to that rocking freaking jam with Paul's insane vocals in this song, dude. Paul goes to something in Jungle, and this song, that here I go, he goes to a different style that I've never heard him do ever. And I'm attracted to that in these two songs, man. I think it's phenomenal. And I'm an Echo guy anyway. But the way he carries when he says never goes away, I'm sitting here sucking wind for him, dude. Hey, come on. This is a Joe Elliott freaking photograph in my hand. You know, when he carries that. Dude, this is damn near double that. How? And to me, it fits and it sounds. This right here is just a hard rocking ass song about pretty much nothing. I mean, it is a hard rocking song that you could probably put anything in it that you wanted it to be. Seriously, man. Because he's not specifying shit except it never goes away. Freaking
Much
brilliant
like the
to
song.
me. I mean, literally. Wow. And it's my top, I know, my top four, like I said, could be number one, but the way Paul his stamina, let me put it that way. His stamina in this song exhausts me when he's done. It's that damn good and not bad to me. But most people, they do hate this song. I've never really heard but one person in my life, I think, say anything good about this song. But I love it. It is just.
I'll tell you what.
I think it's a.
I'll give you this. I'll give you this. When it comes to the chorus, you're not wrong about his vocal prowess. But you hit it on the head, but you didn't make the connection. You compared the style with Jungle's verse, and yeah, it's got that tamer sound as Jungle, but this song is the most grunge song on the album when you look at the verses.
It is.
I mean, this is ultimate grunge verses.
Yes, I give a lot of them that on this, yeah, man. But this is a little bit beyond. This is damn near scary, like Gene's Got a Thunder almost, and this is Paul, bro. It's haunting. His vocals are in this song, and
maybe you got to be in the mood. I don't know.
The reason I relate it to Jungle, not really musically, because Jungle's a little bit higher tempo. The reason I relate it to that is the way he sings the verses. Because Jungle's here I go, you know, he's dragging it out. And this right here, wanted you have it. He's man, it's just far away almost. To me, I love that of Paul. That's what attracts me about it.
Fair enough.
And the music don't hurt nothing at all, man. Down, 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 dun, dun, down. I mean, it's dark, it's deep, and it's.
And you don't find this song to be a little too long?
No.
Really? Okay.
It's because he ends the song with that. Yeah. The longest one he does in the whole song is the last one. And then the echo at the end. Oh, man. Just to be able to have seen Paul play this song and sing it like that live. That's what I would have liked to have been able to see if he could have done it live. Just see. Dude.
Cool.
Wow.
Fair enough.
I do.
Well, there you have it, people. That is our reaction to one of the most controversial albums since The Elder in the KISS catalog. And I am shocked myself that I found 6 and possibly 7 songs that I would readily listen to on purpose. So that's a positive in my book.
Me too. And I will go out on a limb a little bit here and say, coming into this, even when we mentioned it, I was not expecting a positive review at all. You know, I knew that there was some things about this album that I did like a lot, actually love. You know, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that. But I did not know what Rob, because in all honesty, it was not I was not really upbeat about this, guys. You know, it's, when I listen to it today, it's strange. You know, I can't, one thing that didn't change though is my top songs in here. Now, I'm not going to say they're in
Mine
the
didn't
same
either.
spot they was
Mine didn't
last
either.
time 4 or 5 years ago I completed this
No,
album, but they're still there.
no, I'll
The
say
vo-
that too. I didn't find anything on here that I liked that I thought I didn't. Like you said, these songs are all ones that I thought were tolerable to begin with. I just like them more now.
Yeah, man. It really, that's why I like doing this with all of their stuff. That's why I got us going from high to low to, you know, old school to late school to middle, because it makes us revisit things that we haven't revisited in a long time and really pay attention to it instead of just listening to it 30 seconds and skipping or whatever, you know, because I'm bad about that too. If I don't like where it's going,
Yeah,
I'm to the next song. So I'm literally twice today, I completed this thing, literally.
cool.
And hey, it turned out better than what I thought. Literally, it did. So,
Okay. Well, here's the deal, people. Give us your list, track listing. And as I promised, I have got a little what if for Scott, and this could go 5 minutes or it could go 50 minutes. The only reason I'm doing this is because I couldn't help but have these thoughts running through my head while I was re-listening to this and brushing up on the history of what was going on at the time. Now we're coming off in 92 of a gold released Revenge. In many KISS fans' opinion, if not one of their best albums, definitely their best album since like Creatures, Lick It in the Night, or Lick It in the Night. I always do that. Creatures and
so
Lick It Up. And contrary to, and shockingly to me, this tour actually had to be shortened and canceled due to poor ticket sales. But the album did gold, right? And that's nothing to sneeze at.
which tour?
Coming off, especially, what's that?
Which tour?
The Revenge
Oh,
Tour.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they had to shorten that because they
Whoa.
just weren't selling.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Revenge got shortened?
Yes, it said, and I just did all this research before we started.
I didn't.
The reception of it.
Know that. Wow.
Yeah, it there was. If I go, oh, let me pull it back up here. It fascinated me because I did not realize that either. I think I heard them say something about it at one time on Three Sides of the Coin, but I didn't really dig into it. But it says that under the reception for this thing, that a couple of shows were canceled. Yeah, of course, everyone knows it kicked off in clubs. But then they opened their North American Arena tour, 41 foot high, Statue of Liberty, yada, yada, yada. But due to poor ticket sales, the tour had to be shortened. There was a show set to take place in Spokane on December 13th, but had to be canceled due to weather affecting the band's travel between shows. But the shows in Cleveland, Detroit, and Indianapolis were recorded by Eddie Kramer for a live 3. But the tour then had to be shortened because of declined ticket sales. Okay,
Yeah.
so widely considered in the KISS camp, Revenge would have been a failure. not in the album, just in how it was received. Still, I think KISS needed to, at this point in 92, stop thinking they were going to be a double platinum selling band and be content with gold like every other successful band. But between that and the tour sales, right, it died off. So then they went in to record Carnival of Souls. And that was recorded in 2007
97.
or 97 or 1997?
Yeah.
Actually, it says it was recorded between late 95 and early 96.
Yeah. Yeah, it was recorded before they done the reunion and got back together. Yeah.
Yes, they canceled its release after committing to the reunion tour with the band's original lineup. And that's where it says bootleg copies were circulated by fans, prompting the band to officially release it in 97 under the title Carnival of Souls, The Final Sessions. According to Bruce Kulick, the bootleg versions were in distribution, lacked the songs that were part of the official release. There was no accompanying tour to support the album. None of the Carnival of Souls songs have ever been performed live by KISS, though album's closing track, I Walk Alone, has occasionally been performed by Eric Singer and Bruce Kulick in the Eric Singer project. Jungle and I Walk Alone were also performed by Kulick's former band, Union. But there you go. So they were not going to release this, but it got bootlegged and got so much distribution through that they released it in 97. The actual reunion tour started in that same year, 1997.
Well, the reunion tour actually started in 96, right before.
Well, yeah, it began on June of 96. And it concluded on July 5th, 97.
Yeah.
So they shelved Carnival of Souls because they had the reunion. All right. Yep. Not because they didn't like it, not because of any other reason other than they got this reunion going. And I have to think in my head, they were so disappointed by, once again, since probably the first time since Creatures having to wrap a tour up early due to declined ticket sales, that they figured they panicked and they went for this reunion gig. Now, my what if for Scott is the reunion went on, of course, to the farewell, of course, to Psycho Circus, of course, to End of the Road. You never saw KISS out of makeup again after Carnival of Souls. And MTV Unplugged was probably the last live performance by the band out of makeup that anybody saw televised anyway.
Yeah.
So let's say, for argument's sake, since it's my opinion that the reason they pushed and stuck their toe in for this reunion is because Revenge in their eyes only went gold and couldn't complete a full tour. They thought they were done. They were panicking. They were screwed. Regardless of putting out a great album, having a great look, they saw the Sharks in the Water. That was grunge music. They gave that a shot, but the reunion came up, so they were going to do that, become huge again. What if, when they released Carnival of Souls, while they were on tour with the reunion, and it went platinum? What if they outsold Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Stone Temple Pilots, or whatever with Carnival of Souls while they had already moved on and were performing with the original four in makeup, and this album was an afterthought, and unbeknownst to them, it becomes an absolute fucking barn burner on the charts? What happens with that fucking reunion tour?
Okay.
Do they go back to this lineup?
I'll tell you what happens.
Okay.
They're going to finish the reunion tour. Then, forget Psycho Circus. We would have never seen that. That would have not been done. They would have, like they did already, they would have put the farewell tour in motion. As soon as they got done with it and made gazillions of dollars that they did with the reunion farewell, bam, they would have definitely got back with Eric and Bruce, no makeup, and toured that fucking album. If that album would have
Now,
triple platinum, they wouldn't have even got hardly the last date played from the farewell tour that they would have been announcing the Carnival of Souls tour with a picture of them like they are on that fucking album. I'll guarantee it.
now,
Guarantee it.
I love, so many podcasts hate this game, and I absolutely love hypotheticals and what ifs.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I landed too. And honestly, that's what I was hoping was gonna happen anyway. Regardless, I was hoping nothing to do with Carnival of Souls. I was hoping the reunion was going to be a one-off tour and they'd go back, because to me, KISS finally found their look and their sound with Revenge. But would they, do you think, try to pull off a dual KISS to where every couple years, 2 years later, it's the originals with makeup, then they go back to the other? Or would they have just said goodbye to the makeup and Ace and Peter? Regardless, you understand how much money they were making on that fucking reunion and that farewell tour. You think Gene's going to give that up just to come back to the old four? I don't know.
I
don't know.
Now, this is only if this album explodes and literally goes
Yes.
platinum or whatever. Okay.
Yes.
After
If this thing just buries the grunge scene at their own game.
Well, KISS will be looking at a double-edged sword, because grunge, grunge did not make it long. People thinks it made it through
No, like
the
4
whole
years. If
90s.
that.
It did not. Yeah, 4 or 5 years.
No, it was like 3 or 4 years. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, this is what happens. They do that because they're seeing dollar signs, even though they've got a farewell tour announced. Before they do the farewell tour, they've got to understand that if you do a farewell tour, that means it's farewell. You can't make a farewell tour. It has to be something else. I think they extend the reunion tour because they're selling out 3, 4, 5 nights in freaking Madison Square Garden and places like this all over the damn world. Stadiums, bro, not just arenas, with a reunion tour. I think they're gonna keep that going probably about as long as the farewell tour lasted, because you can't announce a farewell tour. That means you're giving up. You're done. Okay. They're going to go back to all, because they did. They came back to Charlotte on the farewell tour twice in about 6 months apart. We're going to see how long we can fill these places up, man. They would have made another leap across seas with the reunion tour after they done the States, to suck that up again, see how far it goes, see how many people are showing up for these shows. Then they would have jumped back on the States again for that double round. Let's rack up while we got them. Let's rack up.
Okay, but how many years are we talking here? Because if you wait too long after the success of Carnival of the would-be success of Carnival of Souls, who's to say you don't wait too long and that grunge scene's dead already, and now no one gives a fuck?
That's the problem right there. But when it's money, we know Paul, and especially Gene, is not thinking with a level head. I mean, literally, that's why I'm saying, instead of announcing a farewell tour with Ace and Peter, it's going to be the reunion from 96 to 2000, 2001, when the farewell was over with. They're not leaving yet. If this album...
But you can't come back 5 years after Carnival of Souls goes triple platinum to tour that album.
I really don't know. I mean, does it continue to say, look, I wouldn't put it past them to try, because they're not leaving the reunion. As long as
But you think they would? You
as long
think
as it's sucking
at the
all
end
that,
of the day,
yes, they're
right? But you
doing
think
that.
at the end of the day, no matter
They're
what,
doing that.
if Carnival of Souls, they would go back eventually to non-makeup.
Yeah, I
You think
think
so?
so.
You think they? Okay.
I really think
The
so.
desire for our original 4 album wouldn't have been there. It would have been, all right, we made all our money. See you guys. We're going back.
No, because
Honestly, I think that would have been the best move, regardless of even Carnival Souls being the absolute, forgotten thing it is now. I still think it hurt KISS, not financially. It hurt their credibility. It hurt
yeah,
their legacy to continue past the farewell. I'm not saying they had to hang it up. Like you said, farewell means farewell. They could have said, okay, we gave you what you wanted for 10 years. Now it's farewell to the makeup, and we're going to go back to KISS with Eric and Bruce. They could have done that, and the farewell to the makeup would have been a legitimate, thing that people would have bought into. I think if they would have done that, first of all, I think whatever those 4 would have put out would have outsold fucking Psycho Circus, and I guarantee goddamn to you would have had better songs on it.
I do too. I do too, because this guy here would have accepted them if they would have done that. They would have had credibility for the last 22 years with me if they had done that.
Think of the shitstorm and the division that they would have avoided with makeup on Tommy and Eric if they'd have just ended after it was no longer working with Ace and Peter and went back to Bruce and Eric.
All of them, the majority
That
of the
was
old
the
school
move.
KISS fans would have embraced it, because I'm one of them.
Yes.
But you got to get
Yes.
Bruce back. There's no Tommy Thayer ever in the band.
No, it has to be Bruce.
Yes. Then
Yes.
you've got your audience with a triple platinum
Yes.
grunge album. Yes. That's totally. And they would have been
Because
relevant to this day. Even with
yeah.
Paul's voice going.
But even like I said, even if it never did, even if the hypothetical of triple platinum Carnival Souls isn't a thing, I still think they should have, once they realized, okay, it's the chemistry's not working with us 4 anymore at this farewell, let's get off this shit. It should have ceased to be KISS in makeup and went back to Bruce and Eric. And if they failed honestly. They didn't fail dividing the KISS fans with 2 imposters as they see it in makeup. And I think the biggest thing that Paul Stanley especially fails to realize is how many fans and how popular Vinnie Vincent, Bruce Kulick, and Eric Carr were.
Yes.
They seem to think that Ace and Peter were the only 2 people who had a fan base outside of them 2. That is incorrect. Bruce Kulick is one of the most popular KISS members of all time. Vinnie Vincent's got his own crazed fan base. And Eric Carr, nothing you can do about that. He passed. Most beloved drummer in KISS ever.
Eric Carr. Everybody loved him. And then everybody started
so bringing in Tommy Thayer was a mistake.
Very bad.
I mean, I guess I can see Bruce's face not working in Ace's makeup. That's why I said, cut it the fuck off. I got no problem with you keeping Eric Singer. Bring Bruce Kulick back. As soon as Ace and Peter were fucking this thing up, end the makeup. Save face. Don't go in and piss off diehard KISS loyalists by putting other people in their makeup. Don't do Psycho Circus with Ace and Peter, who you don't even have play on the fucking album anyway.
Exactly.
And just bring the boys back, take the makeup off, and accept you got another 5 years of stadiums. Now you're going to go back and play arenas and small venues. So what?
Okay.
You made your fucking money.
There's 2 ways they could go there. That's one of them. And both ways would have been accepted. See, there's 2 ways. That's one. What we just discussed. The other way, if you're planning on keeping the makeup, Eric and Bruce, not Tommy, they are their own characters, bro. Those 2 ways is the only 2 ways that would solidify the fans and really would have had nothing to bitch about. Nothing. Because
And
everybody
here's
was
what
being
someone
their
need to sit
own,
down.
playing their own instruments, playing their own styles. Eric playing his own drums, not playing Peter's. Bruce, he's always played his own thing and his own style. That's what matters
Right.
to us.
And here's what I think somebody needed to sit down with Paul. And I think Gene knew this. But forever Paul's excuse was, "Oh, what are we going to come out with next, Giraffe Boy?"
I know that
Someone needed to
makes
sit
me
down.
sick.
I know. Someone needed to sit down with him and say, "Listen, man, before Kiss meets the Phantom, there was no Star Child, there was no Demon, there was no Catman, and there was no Space
No,
Ace. It was Ace Frehley, Gene Simmons, Peter Criss, and Paul Stanley. And yeah, Gene looked like an evil, character like Dracula or something. Peter looked like a cat or whatever. But there was no, you didn't have to name it anything. You didn't have to put the Egyptian Ankh or the Fox name on Eric or fucking Vinny. Can't you just look at bands like fucking Slipknot and even like what are they called? They look really kind of cool and goth. I
that's a
forget the name.
whole
They're
different
newer.
realm, bro. Shoot.
Right. But what I'm saying is they don't have character fucking names. Just put them. You can wear makeup without a character.
Well,
Twisted
look,
Sister never had a character name to anybody.
what
Why did he feel like it has to be a character? Why
and
can't it just be makeup?
why does it have to be a fucking animal? It don't.
Yeah.
It can be any fucking thing that the imagination draws, bro. Okay? But another thing, the makeup, the reason it didn't work is because they didn't do what necessary to keep Vinny. If you're going to put somebody else in a whole different character, you can't have them come make one fucking album, not put them on the fucking album, and fucking play the damn tour, and then the next album, bing, there he is. Everybody ain't got no makeup on now, and then he's gone.
Yeah.
Then we're going through another
Yeah.
guitarist for the next album. Oh, boom, he's gone. Now we got Bruce Kulick. We're going through another. What the fuck, bro? That's what happened. Too many. That's what I was talking about. That's the discussion we're gonna have after a live too. What would you have done for the band to be unbelievable after that? Because they thought putting an album out every year, bro. When you're putting out double platinum albums and you're selling out, what's the fucking hurry, man? Enjoy some
Shit,
of
look
your
at nowadays. It takes bands 7 to 10 years. The only thing I can say in defense of that is the wild card of Ace and Peter's future health, being that they were both substance abusers. What if you take 3-4 years off and one of them dies in a car accident while on some bender? I mean,
Hey, that's a
I don't
gamble
know.
you take, man. Look,
Yeah.
Joe Elliott, Def Leppard. Now that's fucking loyalty. Their drummer gets his
Yeah.
arm ripped off, bro. Hey, let's just wait and see what happens. Pyromania done so good. People think hysteria.
You're, there you go. Yeah. Kiss was a little bit Kiss didn't allow for absence to let the heart grow fonder. They were kind of putting themselves in your face all the time. But that goes back to Paul and Gene's obsessive need to be somebody relevant. They could never sit they could never stand they could never stand to sit back and watch other people succeed while no one was talking about them. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I figured this would go with. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. If they weren't, yeah, because they were in such a fucking hurry, you got to know that that affected the writing, and some of these albums would have been much better if they had given it more time. No. Well, that's the difference right there between a gold album and a platinum album is fucking 3, 4 filler tracks. Yeah. Well, I figured this was going to go into a big discussion, so that's kind of why I brought it up. Right. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Yep. All right. Great stuff. All right. Well, then, and this wraps up Carnival of Souls. A little discussion. All right, everybody. Well, yeah. What would you guys have done, or what do you think they would have done? Yeah. What do you think they would have done? Or would they have said, screw the success of Carnival of Souls and just kept going with the original lineup? Yeah. And again, not what you would do. What do you realistically think they would have done if they were forced with that decision? All right. Yeah. All right. Well, then until next time, we'll see you all later.